Okay guys, pasensya na, hindi ko alam na actually nag-violate tayo siguro. Actually siguro for copyright ng mga videos. Pero last week hindi naman. Kasi sayang yung mga videos na guys, it's very informative kaya pinapanood ko sila. So I'm sending the PowerPoint picture for module 4 dun sa GC ninyo. Kindly please check. And then if you want na, hindi ko alam kung na-send ko na. Ang alam ko na-send ko na yung buong PowerPoint sa inyo pero nag-send din ako ng mga pictures para hindi nyo na para hindi na natin siya i-download guys. So start na natin yung module 4 while we have still time para at least may pondo na tayo guys. Okay guys, let's start. So hintayin lang natin yung iba and then we will proceed sa module 4. Again guys, if you have some questions o kaya nawala ako, let me know. Hindi ko alam, nag-violate daw tayo. Actually, ito yung nabasa ko rin, nag-violate daw tayo ng rules sa YouTube policy. Maybe because yung isang video naka-private siya. Kaya hindi siya pwedeng i-share videos. Anyway, it's okay guys. So while we are waiting dun sa mga iba, so as of now, nasa 25 pa lang tayo. Ayan guys, paki-like na lang ulit yung ating video. Paki-like na lang ulit guys. And then we will proceed sa ating module 4. Inom lang akong tubig. Okay, start na tayo guys. Thank you for waiting. Alright, let's do it. Okay, attendance ulit tayo guys. Kindly please stay present ulit. Para sa ating attendance guys. Stay present ulit. So, actually, yung mga nag-present na, it's okay guys. Pwede ko na siyang check ko na dito. Yung mga hindi pa nagpe-present guys, kindly please stay present for our second attendance. So, ang nababasa ko ngayon is si Sandro Mendoza, si John Paul Manalo Benner, si Rizel, si John Miguel, Joanna Choi, si Martha, John Cairo, Kian, Rika, and then Irene, and then Carla, Angel May, Janelle, Ivan, Kathleen, Rona, sorry, Angeline, Jasmine, Glendale, Tadeo Carissa, Irene Carbunco, Jodeline Angkao, and then si Joy Habuk, Jait, Micaela, Erson James, si Vener, and then Dison Jason, Martha, Vina, Ivan Tayag, Kathleen, Jan Cairo, ulit si Jan, si Rizal Malit ulit, si Ivan, alright guys, Jodeline, alright, Kathleen. Kindly say present guys, yung mga hindi pa na present. And then, for our documentations. Alright guys, let's proceed. So, let me know guys kung nadi-disconnect ako, i-chat lang ninyo ako dun sa GC para aware ako. Kanina, I was losing for about 2 minutes pala. Nakita ko na lang biglang nawala yung views. So, we had the violations pala sa YouTube. Alright guys. So, while sending your message as present, so let's proceed dito sa ating. So, this one is sa module 4, basic and advanced baking again. And we are more on, okay, this one is module 4, lesson 8. So introductions is after learning the concept of bakings and its methods, process, and techniques in preparing and producing bakery products, we may come up to the conclusions that dough is the important starter of making any kinds of variations of breads. And these lessons you will learn all about the dough. It's kind of the process of making. Kaya tulad na nabanggit ko guys, it's really important to know the basic. Minsan katulad ng mga pinapanood natin video kanina, it's very informative. Sometimes marami kayong mga makikita sa YouTube guys na mga nagbe-bake na walang professional experience. It's more on the personal experience. Sometimes better when it comes to producing productions yung mga personal experience. Pero minsan kasi yung mga hindi nag-aral sa school, they lost some of the techniques and tips at saka yung mga methods na dapat i-discuss. Parang ganun. So, katulad ng nabanggit kanina guys dito sa ating introductions, yung unang mga modules is more on the tips and techniques on how to make and how to process yung dough. So ngayon sa topic na to is ipapakita naman yung mga iba't ibang klaseng mga dough na po pwede natin gamitin for productions. I don't know kung natatandaan nyo during our first and second meeting during the dry run session, dry run time, meron akong ginawang dough but I can make one kind of dough pero I can make a lot of different breads using one basic dough. No? Alright guys, and then this one is lesson 8. So what is dough? Dough is a thick, moldable, sometimes elastic paste. So pag nagiging elastic na siya guys, ibig sabihin nagiging rubberized na siya, that means that the gluten is already developed. Makikita ninyo yung unang dough guys, like for example, after you mix all the ingredients, dry ingredients and liquid ingredients, and after that, makikita mo after mo na mas, pwede kang kumuha in the portion na hindi siya nag-rubberized. Pero definitely, habang tumatagal yan at habang tumatagal yung fermentation time niya, mas nagiging elastic siya or rubberized. Ibig sabihin, nade-develop na yung gluten textures niya. Alright? And then this one is learning objectives, define dough and its process. Then number two is identify the different kinds of dough. Discuss number three, discuss the methods of mixing and its fermentations and shaping of the dough. Magkaiba guys, ito yung madalas na nami-misinterpret nila. Magkaiba yung fermentations at saka yung proofing time. Although parehas sila nagre-rest ng dough although parehas sila nag-take ng time to relax the dough and to rest the dough, no? Pero kapag sinabi mong fermentations, that is the stage after kang nagmasa. And then, nire-rest mo yung dough para ma-develop yung gases and then ma-develop yung mismong gluten niya. And then, after nun, after almost an hour or an hour of fermentations, ikakat ngayon natin yung dough depende doon sa shape and sizes at saka type of bread na gagawin mo. And then, kapag nagawa mo na yung mga shapes ng mga breads mo, that is the time that you need to process yung proofing time. Proofing time is merong tinatawag na proofing box. Nasa isang box container lang sila and then ipapasok mo doon yung mga breads. That is proofing box. And then meron din yung mga steamer proofing box. So pagpasok mo sa loob ng stainless, di kuryente yun, meron siyang steam. So kapag may steam, mas mabilis yung pag-alsa ng tinapay mo. Mas mabilis yung pag-proof mo. It's because of the mild temperature of heat ng moist na na-absorb ng dough mo. Kaya mas mabilis siyang lumaki. Kaya nga ako guys, ang ginagawa ko para ma-process ko yung proofing time ko, proofing methods ko. Pag nagbe-bake ako, yung mga, like for example, naglagay na ako ng item sa loob ng bake, sa loob ng oven ko. Yung ibang items ko guys, pinapatong ko doon sa taas ng oven kasi yung taas ng oven mo or even yung side ng oven mo is meron siyang heat na nilalabas. Kaya habang naka-rest yung mga dough mo at waiting sila, ang nangyayari nito, mas mabilis ang umasa. It's because nakaka-absorb na sila ng mild heat. No? And then number 4 is discuss of proofing and retarding of dough. And then number 5, explain the readiness and proof dough. Discuss yeast quantity and dough hydrations. All right, next. The process of making dough. Dough are made from wide variety of flours, commonly wheat but also flour made from maize, rice, rye, legumes, almonds. So, ang dami-dami na ngayon guys. We have also cassava cake flour. Meron din tayong mga corn flour. So, ang dami-dami ng mga na-develop na flour. Pero, as I speak before guys, during my time na nag-work ako sa barko, ang dami-daming iba-ibang klaseng flour. Like for example, if you are making a focaccia bread, meron kaming focaccia flour. If you are making a sourdough bread, meron kaming sourdough bread. So kumbaga, naka-mix na siya. Hindi mo na kailangan gumawa from the scratch, no? Next, the process of making dough. The process of making dough, shaping the dough is the precursor of making a wide variety of food stuff, particularly breads and breads-based items, including biscuits. So, iba-ibang klaseng pastries to or bread, guys. Kapag sinabi mong bread, it's more on typical na tinapay yung texture niya. Pag sinabi mong pastry, it's more on may icing, may mga filling, at saka very fluffy yung texture sila. Then we have the biscuit. Of course, different types of biscuits, iba-iba din yung feeling niya, iba-iba din yung shapes niya. Meron din tayong tinatawag na sandwich biscuits. That is, sample is Rebisco. Bakit siya naging sandwich biscuit? Kasi meron siyang dalawang biscuit and then meron palaman sa gitna. And then of course, cakes, assorted cakes, and then assorted cookies, dumplings. Dumpling is yung mga bite sizes na iba-ibang klase mga pastries. And then flatbread, like for sample ng flatbread natin is loaf bread, and then we have the noodles. Noodles is another part or family of breads, no? Kasi ang noodles is gumagamit tayo ng flour. And then of course pasta. Noodles is like yung mga cubes, pang macaroni, pang sopas. And then pasta is yung mga mahahaba natin na tinapay. And then of course, yung ating pastry, then pizza, then pie crush, and similar items pa. And then types of dough, we have the leaven or fermented dough or breads dough na tinatawag. This is generally made from a grain cereals na tinatawag nila. Cereals is like for example is oatmeal. Mga iba-ibang klaseng mga oats na ginagamit natin or tinatawag nila na legumes or cereals. That are ground from a produced flour and mixed with the water and yeast and are used all over the world to make various breads na tinatawag nila. This one is a little bit expensive. Pag sinabi mong gumamit ka ng cereal grains or cereal flour, it's a little bit expensive because it's flavored na siya. And it's because of the textures. And then it's because madalas ito ginagamit nila for the Italian breads. Ganitong klaseng mga flour ang ginagamit nila for Italian breads. And Italian breads are not more on the with sweets and palaman. And then hindi rin sila mahilig dun sa naglalagay ka ng grease or ginigrease mo ng itlog yung taas ng tinapay to make it shiny. Ang mga tinapay ng mga Italian, it's more on the matte texture or matte color. Minsan makikita mo nilulubog. After nilang kinat yung dough, ilulubog lang nila sa mga flour para matte yung textures niya. So, that is leaven fermented dough of breads na tinatawag nila. And then, dito sa atin, nakakapag-process na tayo ng ganun. From the regular flour, naglalagay tayo ng mga powdered raisins or dried raisins or dried nuts na hinahalo na rin siya doon sa regular breads na regular flour natin. And then this one is types of dough. Dough may be widely depending on the ingredients na ginagamit nila. It's very true. Depende yan guys depende doon sa klase ng tinapay and then depende doon sa klase ng bansa na meron tayo. Like, for example, katulad na banggit ko, most of the breads na masasarap is makikita mo sa Italian. And then it's more on the adaptations of the Asian countries. Pero, more on nauna sila. Like, for example, European countries, American countries, and Italian countries, they are more na nakadiscover sa mga tinapays. But because of the factors na mahilig ang mga Asians to adopt, especially Filipino, na-adapt natin. Pero again, depende doon sa bansa ang textures ng mga iba-ibang klaseng flour. Katulad dito sa Pilipinas, wala naman tayong iba-ibang klaseng mga flour, maliban lang sa bread flour, regular flour, cake flour, and then sourdough flour, and then meron tayong cassava flour, corn flour, parang ganun. Pero mas marami pa sa ibang bansa, guys. Kasi they are more on, mas marami yung mga productions nila when it comes to breads. Kasi they are living with the breads. Tayo, more on adaptations lang tayo, but still, mas gusto pa rin ng iba yung kanin sa Asians. And then this one is types of dough, the common ingredients or leavened bread dough na ginagamit nila. Of course, salt to balance all the ingredients. Kahit konting pinch salt lang ang nilalagay mo sa mixtures mo, it balance all the ingredients, guys. It's connect all the ingredients. Like for example, meron kang sugar, meron kang milk, ang salt lagi ang nagbabalance sa kanila and then to connect para maging isa siya. And then oil, and then fats. And then again, guys, kung gagamit ka ng oil, make it a point na yung oil mo is wala siyang amoy. Kasi kapag may amoy yung oil mo, especially used oil or taal oil yan, mataas ang flavor nila. Definitely matatransfer yan sa pagkain or dun sa mismo tinapay mo. Or like for example, margarine, ang taas ng flavor content ng margarine plus yung color niya, it affects the color of the breads. And then sugars and or honey, parehas silang form of sugar or parehas silang form of sweets pero magkaiba ang textures and use nila. Once you use honey, it's added liquid. Once you use sugar, you need liquid. Parang ganun. So kapag gumamit ka ng sukal, kailangan mo pa rin ng liquid. Pero kapag gumamit ka ng honey, it's added liquid. Okay? Sometimes milk and eggs, laging protein, laging kasama yan guys. Pero kapag meron kang ginagawa ng mga tinapay ng mga budget breads, minsan tinatanggal na nila yung milk at saka eggs and then they replace yung dough improver. Types of dough, this one is a flat bread. Flat bread is a bread made with flour, water, and salt and then truly rolled out into the flatted. So one of the sample of the flat bread na meron tayo, actually hindi siya flat but it's bar and then kinakat lang nila sa machine and that is loaf bread na tinatawag nila. And then focaccia bread is also flat bread. Mga biscuits is also flat bread. This one is kinds of dough. This one is lean dough na tinatawag nila. Its ingredients consist of flour, yeast, milk, and water, salt, and a little sugar and a shortening. Example Example ng mga lean dough natin is a dinner roll. Pag sinabi mo dinner roll, yung soft roll na kinakain natin. Madalas kapag kumain kayo sa mga fine dining restaurant, before they going to serve your meal or your steak, kunwari, bibigyan ka muna nila ng mga tinapay, that is soft roll or dinner roll na tinatawag nila, and then together with the butter and a marmalade. So that is a sample ng mga lean dough. And then pandesal is lean dough din. And then pan-americano is yung mga malalaking ganito. And then French bread, yung mga mahaba. And then crusty bread na tinatawag nila. And then two kinds of dough again. This number 2 is rich dough. Its ingredients consists of basic ingredients, butter, nuts, and fruits and eggs and other condiments. Definitely guys, kaya tinawag siyang rich dough, it's because of too much contain na mga iba-ibang klase ng mga nuts and mga iba-ibang klaseng nuts and other ingredients na inalo nila sa flour. Kaya nagiging rich dough siya. Okay, this one is rolls. Like for example, is yung sour cream dough rolls, parang gano'n, iba-ibang klase mga rolls. And then sweet breads, like for example, mga iba-ibang klase mga sweet breads na meron silang toppings na nuts and o dried nuts or fresh nuts and a custard. So, yun yung mga rich dough na tinatawag. Ibig sabihin, masagana sa sustansya, matamis, at saka maraming flavor, at saka maraming mga feeling. Okay, types of dough, the basic steps of baking bread. Okay, this one is the flat bread. Actually, na-discuss ko na siya, naulit lang. And then example of flat bread is laffa. Laffa is like Indian breads, also known as laffa. Laffa single F. Is a popular in Israeli, and then adapted, more on adaptation siya from India. And then origin, most of the use of the sandwich na ginagamit nila. Okay, this one is para siyang pita na flat bread na ginagamit nila or shawarma, and then niro-roll natin siya. So that is example ng mga flatbread na tinatawag nila. Okay, this one guys is yung tinatawag na lavash. Lavash. Ayan guys, is yung parang sa shawarma na tinapay. So pina-flat nila and then niluluto na sila sa pan or sa grill. Parang gano'n siya. So lavash. Actually, Israel countries at saka mga Indian, something more on ang kinakain nila is parang matzah. Matzah is another form of lavash, guys. Magkaiba lang siya. Meron pa dito na tinatawag is pocket bread naman. Kapag makikita mo, it's flat bread, pero kapag binuksan mo siya, guys, walang laman sa loob, kaya tinatawag siyang pocket bread. And it's famous and popular sa India naman. So this one is matzah. Maliliit lang siya na cubes na parang biscuit. So another form of breads na tinatawag. This one is yung lavash na tinatawag natin. Na actually, ni-roll nila, nilagyan na ng, after naka-flat yan, lalagyan ng mga palaman and then i-roll out nila. So ayan na yung isang sample ng lavash. Okay, this one is roti. Roti is mas maliliit naman siya, mas parang mga chips. Roti is a West Indian style na tinatawag nila. So, like for example, nagluto sila ng mga munggo, parang yung munggo na may curry, and then yung roti ang ginagamit nila na pangkuha nila ng beans nila, parang ganun. So, it's small, mga maliliit na cut lang siya yung roti. So, matzah, roti, halos magkakaparehas ang texture nila at magkakaparehas yung plain ng taste nila, pero magkakaiba yung shape nila. Okay. And then we have the naan, an Indian flatbread ulit. So para siyang pancake, guys. Ang size nito is parang maliit na pancake, pero hindi siya masyadong matamis because Indian bread hindi sila matatamis. Ayan, guys. So tingnan niyo yung mixture niya is a combination of water, yeast, and sugar, salt, and milk, and egg, and a bread flour lang, guys. And then after that, iginigrill lang nila. This one is tortilla, guys. It's similar. Tortilla is similar with the matzah or lavash. Ayan, guys. Magkakaiba lang yung ibang ingredients nila. Pero definitely, it's look like yung bread ng shawarma. And then, nagkakaiba lang yung mga pangalan nila. It's because originated from different countries then. This one is sangkak. Is a Persian breads naman, sangkak. Ayan, guys. Actually I don't yet taste this one. I don't even see in person this one, guys. No? Pero nung nasa barko ako, ang dami-dami mga breads na ganito kasi nga we are 52 nationalities na meron kami sa barko. And then, bawat nationalities is may mga kanya-kanyang breads na nilalagay sa buffet. Kaya minsan nakikita ko, natitikman ko. But this one, that's my first time na nakita ko to. Yes, biscuit and crackers are more on, are another types of flatbreads na tinatawag nila. Okay, this one is the types of dough. We have the pasta and the noodles. Pasta, pag sinabi mong na pasta at noodles are generally based on the uneven dough. So, madalas yung mga Chinese, Chinese at saka China country or Hong Kong, ganyan. Japan, guys, yan. Mas expert sila when it comes to making a pasta noodles. Yung iba is from the scratch talaga. Tayo, dito sa Pilipinas, is more on the preserved pasta noodles na meron na tayo. So, makikita mo guys yung iba, habang niluluto na nila ng fresh, magluluto sila ng noodle soup, ginagawa nila ng fresh yung kanilang mga pasta. Especially Hong Kong, Japan, and then China. So, mahilig talaga sila sa mga ganyan mga noodles. Okay, this one is another types of mga noodles, guys, and pasta. Ayan, homemade. Actually, nung nagtuturo ako ng FSM2, yung unang laboratory ng mga PE, so ginagawa namin yan. Gumagawa kami ng from the scratch na pasta, iba-ibang klaseng pasta. And then we apply for different types of sauces. Ganun. Even sopas is gumagawa kami. Then noodles namin is made from the scratch. Hold on, guys. And then next is dough with a higher fats content have a lesser water and content develop naman, less gluten and other for actually isa sa high fat content na tinapay is yung focaccia. I don't know kung nakita ninyo siya or naka-experience na kayo, pero most of the time kapag nakapag-OJT na kayo, makikita nyo to sa mga hotel during the breakfast at saka dinner time. Focaccia bread siya na nakaganyan. Nakalagay sa baking pan and then ini-slice siya na parang cubes. So, makikita isa sa pinakamataas na isa sa higher fats content na breads na meron yun. Kasi after pinlat yung dough doon sa mismo baking sheet, after that is nilalagyan nila ng tomato. Meron kami tinatawag na focaccia tomato. And then nilalagyan ng olive oil yung taas niya. And then pinipress. Kaya nga, kapag kinakain mo siya, nagmamantika siya. But it's still healthy kasi nga olive oil naman yung ginagamit nila. So, that is one of the sample ng mga fatty breads na meron. Another one is ensaymada. Kaya nagiging fatty siya. Because because of yung original na ensaymada is margarine na pinapahid sa taas, right? Pero now it's butter and shortening, parang ganun siya. And then this one is types of breads na tinatawag nila. So we have the short crust. Yung short crust naman is ginagamit for the cheesecake. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina guys na pinipre-cook muna nila yung pinaka-base ng mga egg pie, tarts, and then cheesecake. Ayan. So ayan guys ang nagiging ang mga nagiging samples nila. And then after that we have yan yung short crust pastry na tinatawag nila. Actually, it's made from basic, guys. Shortening and flour, salt, and a little bit sugar, and then i-flatten mo lang siya. Actually, konting-konting baking powder lang na yeast para umalsa lang siya ng konti, pero definitely hindi dapat siya aalsa. Yan. Very, very basic na crust. Can't you imagine, guys, itong maliit na to, guys, is po pwede ka na makagawa ng isang baking pan na size 5. Yan. And then this one is quick bread na tinatawag nila, used for leavening agent other than yeast, such as baking powder, baking soda. So yung quick bread na tinatawag nila guys is part yan na like for example banana bread, ayan. So instead of using yeast, then kailangan mo pa siyang i-rest or fermentations and then proofing and then i-bake mo na siya. Yung tinatawag nilang quick bread is sample natin is yung mga bread sila pero hindi ginagamitan ng yeast, instead ginagamitan ng baking powder. Knowing naman when you use baking powder and baking soda, you don't need to proof or ferment or rest the mixture. After you mix, automatic na yan guys, po pwede mo na siyang ipasok sa loob ng oven. So that is one of the sample of quick breads na tinatawag nila. Again, quick breads, they don't use yeast. They use baking soda and baking powder. And one of the sample of this one is banana bread and carrot bread. Ganun. So this one is quick bread na tinatawag nila. Again, guys, cookies. Ayan, mga cookies, mga brownies. Ayan, it's another family of quick breads na tinatawag. Ayan, guys, mga iba-ibang klaseng mga mamon. Ayan, it's still quick breads or mga cakes is quick breads pa rin siya. Pag mamon lang siya, breads pa rin, family pa rin siya ng breads. Pero once you put some icing or something sweets on top or filling, nagiging cake na siya. I mean, pag naglagay ka ng toppings, nagiging pastry siya. Pero kapag naglagay ka na ng icing, binalutan mo na ng icing yung mamon, nagiging cake na siya. So, yun na guys. Like for example, yung banana bread mo, pag hindi mo nilagyan ng cream cheese on top or cream cheese sa gitna, banana bread lang siya. Pero kapag naglagay ka na ng cream cheese, nagiging na siyang pastry kasi nga meron na siyang palaman. Pero kapag yung banana bread mo, binalutan mo ng fondant or ng icing, nagiging cakes na siya. Hindi na siya nagiging breads. Straight dough methods, ito katulad ng pinaliwanag ko kanina, same with the modified straight dough and then sponge dough, nabanggit ko na ito kanina. Actually, parang bumalik yung PowerPoint ko. Hold on guys. Parang bumalik yung PowerPoint ko. Okay. So fermentation. Actually guys, ito nabanggit na rin siya doon sa chapter 7 or module 3, yung straight dough and modified dough and sponge. So akala ko naulit lang siya. And then this one is katulad na nabanggit na to, so lalakawin ko na to, nabanggit ko na kanina. And then what is fermentations? Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina guys, magkaiba yung salitang fermentation. Magkaiba yung salitang fermentations doon sa proving time. Fermentations is after you rest, after you knead the dough or after you press the dough, and then that is what we call the fermentations. So maglalagay ka ng konting oil doon sa mixing bowl, and then ilalagay mo yung kneaded mo na dough, and then lalagyan mo ng plastic sa taas or any form of cloth na malinis na pwede mong takpan. And then ipe-ferment mo lang siya or i-rest mo siya for about an hour or 40 minutes. So that is fermentations na tinatawag nila. Why fermentations is needed? Bakit kailangan ng fermentations needed? To develop the gases. Kasi kapag na-develop yung gases, ito yung nagbibigay ng softness doon sa tinapay. And then ito rin yung nag-a-add ng gluten para doon sa tinapay para maging flexible siya tsaka rubberized yung tinapay na kinakain natin. Or yung mga binibake nila ng mga dough. Okay, enhanced gas restorations dough, gluten softening. Hold on guys. Hold on lang guys, may tao lang. Okay, sorry guys, naniningil yung water na ay yung basurero namin. Okay guys, this one. So enhanced gases retentations in dough. This one is gluten softening. Ito yung, I don't know kung na-try niyo. Actually, some of you, yung mga nakapunta dito is na-try nila from hard textures ng dough na meron ka after mong minasa to. And then makikita mo guys, unti-unting nadidevelop yung gluten nila. And then nagiging shiny. And then from matte textures, nagiging shiny siya. And then nagiging soft yung textures niya. Very soft guys. Especially kapag ang ginagawa mo is ensaymada, yung pinerment mo siya ng matagal or pinroof mo siya ng matagal na oras guys, it's really develop yung carbon dioxides niya, and then plus yung gas niya na di-develop na ng todo, and then it makes the dough very soft and shiny. So makikita mo after ng proofing yan guys, from matte texture nagiging glossy yung textures niya. So number 5 provides desirable fermentation flavor. This one is volatile and non-volatile flavor precocious unique fermentations flavor. Kapag kapag ang mixtures mo is more on the plain siya, mas mabilis yung pag-alsa niya kasi mas magaan lang siya. Pero once yung dough mo, hinaluan mo ng mga nuts or ng mga raisins or something na naglagay ka ng palaman, it takes time para umalsa siya. It's because binubuhat or kinakarga niya yung mga ibang ingredients na inad mo. Kaya mabagal yung pagtaas niya. Pero once na yung dough mo is more on the plain textures lang siya or volatile, mas mabilis yung pag-angat niya. Okay? Then next, number 5 is extended shelf life or a final product. Actions of actually, yung pag-extend naman ng buhay ng mga tinapay, it's based, like for example, depende kasi minsan yan sa de-develop mo ng productions mo. Like for example, yung tinapay mo hindi pa siya ganun na rest. I mean, hindi pa siya ganun na rest after na bake mo, hindi pa masyadong lumamig. Minsan malamig na siya sa labas pero sa loob basa pa siya. And then binalot mo na ng plastic. Makikita mo guys, after a few hours, makikita mo nagmo-moist yung plastic. And kapag nag-moist yun, it cause na pagkasira. Kapag magmo-mold siya and then magkukos siya na mabilis na pagkasira ng tinapay. And some of the breads is meron na rin mga preservatives. Like for example, yung mga ini-import nila o ini-export nila ng mga tinapay. Most of them is meron na silang mga preservatives kasi nga tumatagal yung buhay nila. Especially yung mga fillings na nilalagay nila is naglalagay na rin sila ng mga preservatives. Or minsan, I don't know kung anong klase mga preservatives yun, pero definitely mga good preservatives naman yun para pumasa sila sa batas when it comes to making breads, no? And then this one is fermentations. How fermentations work. In bakery productions, fermentations is a complex of series of biological reactions that allows dough to leaven. It is carried out by strains and synchronomises that wild yeast and lactic acid and bacteria, something like that. May mga bacteria guys na na kailangan ng tao. Like for example, is yeast, is bacteria siya. And then, pero may mga bacteria na kailangan ng tao na sa katawan na nag-work lang siya. And then fermentations is based doon sa, I mean, yung tagal ng fermentation mo is based doon sa laki ng productions na ginawa mo. Kaya nga, ako ang ginagawa ko, if I make continuous productions ng same with the breads, ang ginagawa ko is magmi-mix ako, and then after 30 minutes or after an hour, doon ko palang susunod yung second mix ko. Kasi kapag nagtuloy-tuloy yung pagmi-mix mo guys, yung pag-angat ng yung pag-ferment mo is alos sabay-sabay siya. Yung pag-angat ng tinapay mo is alos magsasabay-sabay din. So ang nangyayari nito is na-over-proof yung na-over fermentations yung dough mo. Tapos ang nangyayari napapagod na siya. Kasi kapag umalsa yung dough mo guys, definitely kailangan mo siyang i-punch daw or pitpitin para lumiit siya ulit. Kasi kapag hindi mo ginawa yun, ang mangyayari, yung tinapay mo is lalaki siya ng lalaki hanggang maging overflow na siya doon sa palanggana mo or doon sa mixing bowl mo. Pero kailangan mo siyang i-punch daw. Pero kapag paulit-ulit mong ginagawa yun guys, ang nangyayari, napapagod yung dough mo. Yung gluten niya is nagiging weak na siya. Kaya kapag ginawa mo yung tinapay mo, makikita mo may distracted yung textures ng tinapay mo. Kasi paulit-ulit mong pinatay yung fermentation niya or paulit-ulit mong pinunch down yung fermentations na process ng dough mo. Okay, this one is how fermentations work. Again, the process starts once yeast lab is added in the flour. Definitely guys, mag-start ang fermentations mo once na yung yeast mo is nakainom siya ng liquid at nakakain siya ng flour or ng sugar. So mag-start ng work. Kahit sabihin mo pang iniikot-ikot mo pa yan sa mixing bowl o ay sa stand mixer mo or pinipress mo sa dough, ay yung pinipress mo sa kamay mo yung dough mo, nag-start na mag-process yung fermentation time mo. Next. Then fermentations, the stage of fermentations, pre-fermentations na tinatawag nila, this one is optional. Like for example, ayaw mong masyadong mabilis ang pag-angat ng tinapay mo. Ayaw mong umalsa kaagad, ayaw mong umangat kaagad or mabilis yung dough mo. Ang pwede mong gawin dito is kapag minimix mo yung dough, instead of putting regular water lang, ang gagawin mo is maglalagay ka ng malamig na tubig. Kasi yung malamig na tubig, it controls yung mabilis na pag-alsa ng dough mo. Or kapag minimix mo yung dough mo doon sa stand mixer, pwede kang maglagay ng cubes ice. Tapos, cube ice na merong konting tubig, and then makikita mo guys, iko-control niya ng konti yung ano. Kasi yung lamig is kino-control niya yung pag-alsa ng tinapay mo. Or kung meron kang walking chiller, pwede mong ipasok sa loob ng walking chiller yun para iko-control niya yung bilis ng pag-alsa ng dough mo. That is pre-fermentations na tinatawag nila, optional siya. So, maraming mga procedures about sa pre-fermentations, pero this one is based on sa experience at may encounter mo during the productions and preparations mo ng mga tinapay mo. Some of the stages of baking, fermentations, may encounter mo yan kapag gumagawa ka ng productions. Mas maiintindihan mo siya kapag nakakapag-laboratory ka or nakakapag-productions ka. Second is fermentations, mixing fermentations with the rest of dough compositions and step by last up to 8 hours in artisan's breads. Ito yung sinasabi ko guys, is more on mag-a-add ka ng ibang techniques to control yung pag-angat ng tinapay mo. And then, third is the second fermentation takes place after the dough is first punched. Ito yung sinasabi ko naman guys, kapag lumobo siya, suntukin mo lang ulit yung dough mo, lilit siya. Pero hindi kailangan lagi mong binubugbog yung dough mo or else mawawalan na siya ng lakas. And then masisira na yung structure ng bread. And then proofing, this one is after dough make up and can last from 1 hour to 1 day. That is proofing. Depende. Like for example is monay guys, monay bread. Kapag minasa yung monay is less liquid siya. Sobrang tigas ng dough niya. Kaya kailangan mo ng sheeter. Sheeter is yung machine kung saan mo pinapasok yung dough and then pinaplaten niya at pinipino niya yung dough. Pero hindi mo kayang iplaten sa kamay mo ang paggawa ng monay kasi sobrang dry ng dough niya. Similar with the stick bread, yung stick bread na palipit na tinatawag nila sa atin, hindi kakayanin ng kamay yung kailangan meron kang sheeter. Yun ang proofing niya guys, kahit isang araw, kahit 2 days ang proofing niya. Mas matagal ang proofing ng monay, mas maganda yung texture niya. Kasi ang monay is dry ang labas niya, ang loob niya is very soft. And then number 5 is baking. Loaves and expanded due to the yeast and stream generations. Again guys, yung baking is, ang iba, ang nakala nila kapag gusto nilang umalsa ng mabilis yung dough nila is dinadagdagan nila ng yeast. Pag nagdagdag ka ng yeast guys, depende yan sa dami ng amount ng flour mo. Ang pag-a-add ng yeast. Kasi kapag nasobrahan ka ng yeast, katulad ng nasabi ko, ang yeast is maasim siya. And it's a form of bacteria. Pag nasobrahan ka ng yeast sa mixtures mo, nagiging maasim yung tinapay mo, guys. So believe me or not, guys, nagiging maasim yung tinapay mo. Kaya wag ninyong gawing reason na para umalsa siya, dagdagan mo ng yeast. Ang pag-alsa at paglaki ng tinapay is kailangan mo ng quality time para doon sa proofing at saka fermentation hours mo. Stages of fermentation. What is dough dividing? After the mixing, guys, ito yung what is dough dividing. After mo minix and then fermentation, then kunwari gagawa ka ng ensaymada o kaya gagawa ka ng French breads, dun mo na siya i-divide. Like for example, ako ang ginagawa ko is kinikilo ko yung isang dough. After kong minix to, ikikiluin ko siya and then i-divide ko siya doon sa amount, doon sa timbang, doon sa number of pieces na gusto kong gawin. And then, kailangan pantay-pantay yung sizes nila. Pero kapag sa mga bakery guys, never na nilang ginagawa yung pag-weigh nila ng per piece ng mga tinapay. It's because napakarami ng production nila. And then sa katagalan na nila nag-bake, alam na nila kung gaano kadami yung ganito, gaano kadami yung ganito, alam na nilang ipaprocess yun. Parang alam na nila kung gaano kadami yung 1 kilo, yung kalahating kilo, yung 1/4, yung 1/8, parang gano'n. Pero syempre, kung starting ka pa lang, kailangan mo pa rin ng mixing, ng weighing scale. Pero sa katagalan mo, kapag kinuha mo isang bagay, alam mo kung gaano siya kabigat. No? It can be carried out and manually and or mechanically to consistently produce this one dividing. The first one is decide the dough size. So, nasa inyo kung anong size ng dough ninyo. And then, correct dough shapes. Nasa inyo kung... Kanina yung mga videos na pinapakita ko sa inyo is different size and shape na tinapay na ginagawa nila. And then set down weight kung gaano kabigat. And then dough texture for entirely into the ruling steps. And then how does, again guys, if you have some questions, you are free to drop your questions and then para masagutan natin siya. Alright, and this one is the, okay, this one, tapusin ko lang ito and then bibigyan ko kayo ng break para at least kahit pa paano after me, meron kayong enough time para doon sa susunod na klase ninyo. So dough pieces are divided into volumetrically. This means the bulk mass of the dough is covered via a crew feeder. So this one is dough dividing, guys, no? Like for example, nag-mix ka ng isang, katulad ng ako nung nasa bar ko kami, guys, ang nilalagay ko sa mixing bowl ko, sa stand mixer ko, is 500 kilos na flour. So, 500 kilos na flour, alam ko kung ilan ang magagawa namin doon. Like for example, from 500 kilo na flour, na dough, na magiging dough, ang gagawin ko doon is kailangan kong gumawa ng 5 klaseng tinapay. So, i-divide ko yung 500 kilo na dough into 100 per recipe ko. So, and then, per 100 kilos na dough ko, like for example, meron akong 500, ulitin ko lang guys, meron akong 500 kilo na dough. And then, doon sa 500 kilo na dough ko, kailangan kong gumawa ng 5 klaseng tinapay. So, ang mangyayari nito, bawat isang tinapay is meron akong 100 kilos. And then, doon sa isang tinapay ko na meron akong 100 kilos, so alam ko rin kung ilang production ang kailangan kong gawin. Like for example, 100 pieces or 200 pieces or 500 pieces sa 100 dough. So, it's really important na alam mo yun. So, napaprocess mo yung mga ganong sitwasyon. No? Okay, this one is dough dividing. So, specific weight of the dough pieces are usually set 13 to 15% heavier than the finished product weight. Actually, guys, ang dough is mas mabigat siya kapag hindi pa siya nabibake. Like, for example, ang isang tinapay mo na monay is 50 grams. Mas mabigat siya kapag hindi pa nabibake. Pero, kapag na-ferment mo na siya or na-fruit mo na siya, gumagaan na yung tinapay. And then, kapag na-bake mo na siya, mas magaan na siya kasi nag-evaporate na yung liquid content niya. Kaya mas magaan na siya. And that is really important, guys. Ayan. So, it's, I don't know kung pares ng oras natin. It's 4:34 sa akin. So, i-stop ko dito sa dough dividing and then I will continue next meeting dito, guys. I will continue next meeting dito sa atin sa dough dividing. And then, habang nagre-rest kayo, guys, and waiting for your next class, meron lang akong isang video na i-share. Again, guys, if you have some questions, so while waiting, so at least meron pa tayong 30 minutes or maybe 20 minutes para masagot ko yung tanong ninyo. And then while we are resting, guys, gusto kong panoorin nyo itong basic na paggawa ko ng ube bread. Then kapag hindi siya natapos, then we will proceed next week. Actually, try muna natin yung ito. It's ubi bread. Okay, last attendance tayo guys while we are watching.
Hi guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel.
Okay guys, kindly please say present for our last attendance. And then while we are resting and while I'm waiting dun sa questions ninyo, so papanoorin natin yung kung paano gawin yung ube cheese pandesal. Actually guys, ang dami kong kinita dito sa ube cheese pandesal. But again, hindi naman sa akin nanggaling ang recipe nito. Ginaya ko din siya. Alright guys, kindly please stay present for our last attendance. And then while we are resting, panoorin natin itong video na to.
Chef in this channel. Again, family and friends, this channel is always your kitchen.
So, share ko lang. Stop share screen.
Okay, family and friends, don't forget to subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to click or press the bell button for the personal notifications. And of course, keep sharing and like all the videos. And you are all free, guys, to drop your comments and
Don't forget to
Maraming
module 2 para, or isama nyo na rin guys yung module 3.
Maraming salamat po sa mga kababayan ko dito sa Pampanga, Maya Aldo Cambalen. At thank you so much po sa lahat na subscribe. As of now, as of today, meron na tayong 900 plus subscribers. For almost 1 month, meron na tayong 900 plus subscribers. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Maraming salamat po. Ang gagawin natin ngayon is very famous. So may mga, dalawa or tatlo ata nag-message sa akin sa chat or yung sa nag-comment doon sa mga videos ko na kung ano daw yung version ko ng paggawa ng ube pandesal yung veggies pandesal. So, ngayon gumawa tayo ng walang ibang twist, is the same doon sa mga ibang napapalala. Ang difference lang dito is yung mga measurement namin. And then, meron akong isang naisip na gagawin na pag ginagawa ko ng ube pandesal. Since pandesal is more on almusal or breakfast or kinakain siya with coffee or hot milk. So, since meron pa akong natira na espresso flavor dito, so yun ang gagawin natin. Yun ang may malaking twist. Espresso cheese pandesal. Pero instead of i-coat natin siya ng breadcrumbs sa labas, ang gagawin natin is, ayan na, nag-a-alarm na yun. So, ang i-coat natin is yung i-coat natin siya instead of breadcrumbs, i-coat natin siya ng streusel. So, yun ang kakaiba. So, guys, ito na yung ingredients. Huwag na natin patagalin pa to. Patagalin to. So, nag-ring na yung bell ko. So, lista mo na yung mga ingredients. Ito na yung ating mga ingredients para sa ating ube cheese pandesal. And make sure, guys, kapag gagawa kayo ng tinapay, lahat ng mga ingredients nyo is room temperature. Ibig sabihin, walang galing sa chiller, walang galing sa freezer. Lahat is room temperature lang. Kasi ito yung nagiging reason kapag malamig yung ibang ingredients mo, hinalo mo dun sa yeast mo, ang nangyayari dito, nagpa-flat yung tinapay mo or mabilis tumigas yung tinapay mo or matigas yung result ng tinapay mo. Okay? So remember that one, guys. Start tayo, idol. So this one is 14 grams na iodized salt. And then meron akong 2 large egg. And then 2 cups of fresh milk. So kung wala kayong fresh milk, pwede kayong gumamit ng 2 cups of water. Then mag-a-add lang kayo ng 30 to 40 grams na powder milk. And then i-dissolve ninyo dito sa fresh milk ninyo. And then another thing, mamaya bago natin gagamitin to is i-microwave natin for 30 seconds. Kasi ang gagamitin ko na yeast is instant yeast siya. So it's really important mga idol sa paggawa ng tinapay na ma-monitor natin kung anong klaseng yeast ang gagamitin natin. Since ako, instant dry yeast ang gagamitin ko. So bawat isang cup ng fresh milk ko, i-microwave ko siya for 30 seconds. Ngayon, para masigurado ko na ang aking liquid ingredients is nasa tamang measurement o requirement ng instant dry yeast ko, ang gagawin ko is gagamit ako ng thermometer. So after kong microwave ito ng 30 seconds, so ilalagay ko lang yung thermometer dito and then makikita nyo guys, start siyang aandar yung thermometer ninyo. So, kung dry yeast ang gagamitin ninyo, kailangan nasa 110 to 130 Celsius Fahrenheit yung init or warm ng liquid ingredients ninyo. Kasi yun ang nire-required ni instant yeast. Kasi kapag bumaba ka ng 110 or tumaas ka ng 130, ang tendency nito nagiging flat or matigas yung mga tinapay mo. Kung instant dry yeast ang gagamitin mo, mga idol. So wag na wag po ninyong kakalimutan yan. Instant dry yeast, nasa 110 to 130 Celsius Fahrenheit mabubuhay ang dry yeast. Kapag bumaba ka ng 110 using dry yeast, mga idol, ang tendency nito magpa-flat or mabilis tumigas ang tinapay mo. Opposite naman, mga idol, kapag ang ginamit natin is dry yeast. So ang dry yeast naman is nabubuhay siya sa warm water sa about 95 to 110 Celsius Fahrenheit. So ibig sabihin, kung kanina dry instant yeast ang ginamit ko, ima-microwave ko to ng 30 seconds. Ngayon naman, kung dry yeast ang gagamitin ko, ima-microwave ko yung liquid ingredients ko for about 15 seconds lang. At kapag ginamitan mo ng thermometer, nasa 95 to 110 lamang siya. Hindi ka pwedeng maging 120 kapag dry yeast ang ginamit mo kasi opposite din naman, katulad na nabanggit ko, titigas at iba ang texture ng tinapay mo. Kaya nga po, minsan nagtataka tayo bakit iba-iba ang result ng ingredients na, I mean, yung finished product ng tinapay natin, considering same instruction and same amount of ingredients ang ginamit natin. It's because magkaiba po yung ginamit natin na yeast. So, meron tayong dry yeast at instant yeast, mga idol. Okay? Natin is yung yeast natin, instant yeast natin na gagamitin is 14 grams, 14 to 15 grams, pwede naman din siya. And then, meron ako dito na shortening na 100 grams, ayan po. And then, yung 1 cup nga na sugar kanina, I don't know kung na-mention ko na siya. And then, meron ako dito yung flour is 1,000 grams. And then, try natin kanina yung cheese. Mas maganda kapag ang cheese na nabili ninyo is yung quick melt. Nagbe-melt siya kapag naka-absorb siya ng init. So this one, ito lang yung available sa bahay. So gagamit ako ng cubes and then gagamit din ako ng grater. So tingnan natin kung alin ang mas effective. And then, meron ako dito is yung ating ube liquid flavoring. So make sure guys na kapag gumamit kayo ng ube flavoring, mas mababa yung alcohol content niya or else lasang-lasa mo yung alcohol sa pagkain. Okay? And of course, meron ako dito yung breadcrumbs na gagamitin natin mamaya. Ayan. And I have the mixture of ube halaya. Ayan. So, typical lang na ube halaya. But ang importante lang dito is pinong-pino lang yung pagkaka-grate mo. Babalikan ko lang yung sa flour. So, this one is bread flour, sifted bread flour. So, gumamit ako ng 1,000 grams or 1 kilo. So, pwede naman kayo magbawas. Kung gusto ninyong light yung texture ng tinapay ninyo, pwede kayong gumamit ng 500 grams na bread flour, 500 grams na all-purpose flour. So, sinip ko siya gamit ng sifter ko para mag-erate or mag-accumulate ulit ng hangin or magkaroon ng hangin yung flour niyo. Right, guys, start na tayo. So, ito yung milk o fresh milk. So, minicrowave ko na siya ng 30 seconds. Bawat isang cup. So, ang gagawin ko ngayon is i-add ko yung aking instant yeast. Yan. And also yung sugar natin. So, remember lang guys, no, kaya bakit ito yung unang portion na ginagawa natin? Kasi yung yeast is inumin niya yung liquid. And then, pagkain niya lagi yung a little bit flour and sugar. Yan. Lagi niyang pagkain yan. So, since instant yeast ang ginamit ko, hindi na natin hihintayin yan mag-bloom or yung magkaroon siya ng konti-konting pula. Kasi kapag dry yeast ang ginagamit natin, hintayin mo na rin for about 15 to 20 seconds na mag-bloom yung yeast. So, since this one is instant, so hindi ko na siya kailangan i-bloom pa. No? So, hintayin na natin. So, start na tayo ngayon dito sa ating mixer. Ko na mix yung yeast dito at saka sugar. Pwede ko na rin ilagay yung aking itlog dito. So, again, instant yeast po yung ginamit ko kaya hindi ko na kailangan i-bloom or i-rest pa yung ating yeast, no? For about 15 to 20 minutes. And then, yung aking flour, ihahalo ko na ngayon dito yung aking salt. Ayan. So, haluin lang siya ng mabuti. This one, guys. Ayan. And then, after that, pwede ko na rin palang ihalo yung aking pots dito sa aking yeast. So, ang natitira ko na lang ng ibang ingredients ko yan is yung aking shortening and yung flavoring. And then, magmi-mix na tayo. Guys, so ihalo ko na ngayon yung aking flour sa aking, i-flex ko lang yung aking heavy-duty mixer. So, this one. Ayan. Pwede naman pong kamayin ka mga idol. Yun nga lang, para lang doon sa may mga mixer para makita nila kung ano yung difference. So, ang difference po nito, sobrang mapinong-mapino siya kumpara doon sa mano-mano na ginagawa natin. And then, wait lang, idol, tatas ko lang. Ayan. And then, i-on lang natin siya. Ayan. Tapos, unti-unti lang natin i-add ngayon yung ating liquid ingredients, mga idol. So, nasa level 1 pa lang ako. Kasi kapag nasa level 2 ka na, baka lumipad lang yung ibang flour mo. Ayan. There you have it. Ganyan lang kabilis mga idol kapag meron kang mixer. Hindi masyado pressure, hindi masyadong pagod, at very relaxed ka lang. And then, ang susunod natin ngayon is pwede na natin ilagay yung ating, ayan, yung ating shortening. Lagyan natin, guys. Ayan. And it's really important mga idol kapag gamit ng mixer, huwag po kayo kaagad magtataas ng level ng mga mixer niya. Whether hand mixer, stand mixer, or heavy duty na mixer na katulad nito, is mag-i-start tayo sa 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then kapag ibababa na natin or i-off na natin yung mga mixer natin, huwag po ninyo kaagad ilalagay sa 0 or sa number 1. Kung nasa pinakamataas kayo, number 4, pwede kayong mag-start ulit, magpababa ng 4, 3, 2, 1, then 0. So, yun po ang tamang paggamit ng ating mga mixer. Kasi kapag nasira po yung mga mixer ninyo, pwede nyo naman po i-rewind yan, yung makina niya, but still, hindi na ganun kaganda din yung function katulad nito. Better na bumili ka na lang ng bago kaysa magpa-rewind ka ulit ng bagong mixer mo. Ayan mga idol, kita-kita natin yan do, very relax lang. So, i-level 2 natin ngayon yung ating mixer. Ayan, mga idol. Na ako ng ating ube flavoring. So, tingnan natin kung gaano ka... I really wanted na ubing-ube yung tinapay ko. So, naglagay ako ng 3 kutsara. Only before. Ayan. Alright.
Nagmumotor ako para harapin ang iba't ibang pagsubok. Nagmumotor ako para maramdaman ang lakas. Para sa kompletong proteksyon sa iyong motor, gumamit ng Shell Advance. Sulong Pinoy Rider. Nagmumotor ako para harapin ang iba't ibang pagsubok. Nagmumotor ako para maramdaman ang lakas. Para sa kompletong proteksyon sa iyong motor, gumamit ng Shell Advance. Sulong Pinoy Rider.
Right. So this one is after 5 minutes. So check natin kung... So check natin. This one, guys. Very soft. Look at this one. Very soft, guys. Ito yung gluten na sinasabi nila. It's really good. Look at this one, guys. So, kukunin ko lang dyan and then i-rest na natin sa mixing bowl. Okay? Ito on, guys. So, i-rest na ngayon natin siya and then maglalagay ako ng oil. So, and also this one. Then also this one. And then, oil lang natin. And see, guys, sobrang pino po niya kumpara doon sa kapag mano-mano lang siya. So, i-rest natin for about 30 minutes or kung mabagal yung yeasting nyo for about 40 to 50 minutes, it doesn't matter po. So, ayan po, i-rest natin siya and then tatakpan ko lang siya ng Clean towel. Ayan. So, babalik ako mamaya. This one, guys, is after 4.
Alright guys, next week tutuloy natin yung pagnonood nun. So after fermentations, I just want me to know kung meron kayong questions. So while checking your attendance, kung meron kayong tanong guys, we'll still have 10 minutes para doon sa questions niyo. And then kindly please review our topic next week. It's more on module 2. Tsaka module 3, baka pagsabayin na natin yung quiz natin. Pero again guys, I promise it's very easy. Hindi naman kayo mapupwersa at mahihirapan. Basta basahin lang ninyo. And when you read, make sure na naiintindihan nyo siya guys. Kaya huwag kayong mag-memorize. Kailangan naiintindihan nyo siya. Last questions guys. Do you have any questions or something? And then abangan ninyo guys yung ating susunod na project. So any questions guys? So para at least meron kayong 10 minutes to rest for your next class. So any questions guys? Any questions? Alright. Okay guys, maraming salamat. See you. So meron pa tayong actually 12 minutes. So ibibigay ko na to para makapag-rest na rin kayo. And then please review your module 2 and module 3 for next week quiz. Then para at least advance tayo guys. Just in case meron magkaroon ng conflict ulit, at least advance na tayo with our topics. Okay guys, God bless. See you next Friday. Ingat kayo. Alright, God bless guys. Ingat. So I will end the YouTube live. Take good care guys and God bless. Hoping na sana maging okay na lahat. And kindly please keep safe kasama yung family niyo. Okay guys, thank you so much. God bless. See you next Friday. Please read. Please read guys. Okay. Thank you guys. I will end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bye bye guys.